Good afternoon. On the call today, we are joined by Josh James, our founder and CEO, and Todd Crane, our Chief Financial Officer. I'll begin with our safe harbor statement. Our press release was issued after the market close and is available on the Investor Relations section of our website. Please note that today's call contains forward-looking statements about our business as defined under federal securities laws. These statements involve risks, uncertainties, and assumptions, including but not limited to statements and projections about our future financial performance, growth prospects, cash position, sales efforts, technology developments, new business opportunities, transactions and initiatives, the potential impact of artificial intelligence, and macroeconomic factors on our business. For a detailed discussion of these risks and uncertainties, please refer to our public filings, including today's press release, our most recent annual report on Form 10-K, and our quarterly report on Form 10-Q, all available on the SEC website. These documents outline important risk factors that may cause actual results to differ materially from our forward-looking statements. We will also discuss non-GAAP financial measures during the call, which we use as supplemental indicators of Domo's performance. Unless otherwise stated, all results discussed today, other than revenue, are on a non-GAAP basis. These measures should be viewed as complements to, not substitutes for, our GAAP results. A reconciliation of our non-GAAP results to the most directly comparable GAAP measures can be found in today's earnings release and on our investor relations website at domoinvestors.com. With that, I'll turn it over to Josh. Josh?
Thank you, Corey. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today I want to cover three things: where we're at in the strategic process, why I believe this platform is more valuable today than ever, and then some customer and ecosystem partner examples that demonstrate that. So as announced in February, we've been conducting a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives. Throughout that process, one thing has remained clear. We are in the early stages of a major shift in how organizations use data and AI. Businesses are moving beyond experimentation and looking for practical and strategic ways to embed intelligence into the way that work gets done. Domo's combination of data, apps, and AI agents positions us well to help customers make that transition. The board's responsibility is to evaluate how best to maximize the value of that opportunity to shareholders. We've engaged with multiple partners and considered a range of potential options and outcomes. We brought in outside financial and legal advisors, and following a thorough review of those alternatives, the board concluded that pursuing a strategic transaction represents the best path forward. So as a result of that process, we've entered into an advanced negotiation regarding a potential transaction. Our negotiations continue to progress with the goal to announce a final transaction in the near term. Our board's process has been deliberate, thoughtful, and well-informed, and also guided by our outside advisors. Now on to AI and the traction that we're seeing. So the enterprise AI conversation has shifted meaningfully over the past year. 12 months ago, many organizations were still trying to determine whether AI could create meaningful business value. Today, the conversation is much more practical. Customers are asking how to deploy AI in a reliable, secure, and at scale way across their entire organization. What they're discovering is that AI is only as effective as the data environment beneath it. You can't successfully deploy AI-powered apps, agents, and workflows against fragmented or ungoverned data. The outputs aren't trustworthy, and the results don't hold up in production, not to mention that the economics won't scale. That reality is making data infrastructure more important, not less. And it's leading organizations to look for a governed foundation that can connect data, activate intelligence through apps and agents, and then distribute those apps and agents into places where work actually happens. We've spent years creating the data architecture that supports this. And now we're helping businesses move beyond AI pilots We're helping them operationalize AI, creating new economies of scale and saving time and money. The conversations we're having with customers and prospects today reflect that reality. AI is no longer a separate work stream from data. It is the reason data infrastructure matters more urgently than it ever has. And Domo sits exactly at that intersection. Customers understand the architecture they need. The challenge is implementing it reliably. That's why we've expanded our forward deployed engineering team. These engineers work directly alongside customers inside their environments, building applications, agents, and workflows on top of governed data. The goal isn't to deliver a proof of concept, but to help customers move quickly from experimentation to production. Often, these solutions are created and deployed in as little as 24 to 48 hours. The experience with our team drives deep platform adoption and creates the kind of customer outcomes that show up in retention and expansion. Here's what it looks like in practice. One of the world's largest media and entertainment companies needed to monitor fan experience across live streaming events, broadcast performance, network health, fan support inquiries, and then translate all of it into real-time intelligence for executives and engineers simultaneously. Our forward deployed team went in and built a suite of AI agents on Domo that monitor performance data in 15-minute intervals, automatically trigger data pipelines on live event schedules, and alert the operations team the moment something needs attention. They're deploying it for one of the largest live sporting events of the year. Their team told us recently, our business continues to grow with Domo, and the relationship could not be stronger. A global commodities trading organization deployed a Domo-powered AI assistant to help traders, treasury teams, and executives quickly analyze complex operational and financial data. Previously, critical information was fragmented across trading systems, treasury platforms, and spreadsheets. Using Domo, the organization built a conversational AI agent that can answer questions about exposures, contracts, shipments, financing, and cash flow using natural language while dynamically analyzing governed business data. Now, live in production, the solution reduces manual analysis and provides faster access to operational insights across the organization. A leading global sports and media organization deployed a suite of AI-powered applications to help customer support teams monitor and respond to issues during major live events. Using Domo, the organization built specialized AI assistants trained on Zendesk support data and event-specific ticketing information, allowing teams to investigate fan issues through a conversational interface. The solution also automates real-time monitoring during live broadcasts, dynamically increasing data refresh rates and triggering alerts when support trends exceed predefined thresholds. Now in production, the platform helps event operations identify and resolve fan experience issues faster during some of the organization's highest profile events. A leading healthcare marketing agency is deploying an AI-powered compliance review assistant to help pharmaceutical marketing teams accelerate the approval of digital and print campaigns. Using Domo, the solution analyzes creative assets against regulatory requirements and previously approved materials to identify potential compliance issues before formal review. The application is designed to reduce manual review effort, limit the need for temporary staffing, and shorten approval cycles that can delay campaigns from reaching the market. Once deployed, the agency expects the solution to deliver significant operational efficiencies and reduce overall review costs by approximately 80%. A leading transportation and logistics company developed an AI-powered terminal operations application to monitor throughput and identify disruptions across its intermodal network. Previously, teams relied on multiple systems and manual investigation to diagnose operational issues, often requiring significant time to determine root causes. Using Domo, the organization combined operational data into a unified command center that uses AI to detect anomalies, analyze trends, and surface likely causes of delays. Now, live in production, the solution helps terminal managers move from reactive troubleshooting to proactive operations while reducing investigation times from 30 to 60 minutes to near real time. A leading regional real estate brokerage deployed a Domo-powered scenario modeling application to evaluate the financial impact of commission plan changes across its agent network. Previously, leadership relied on manual spreadsheet analysis that required significant time and limited the ability to compare alternatives. Using Domo, executives can model and compare compensation structures in real time while analyzing impacts on agent payouts, revenue, and probability. Now live in production, this AI solution can compress planning cycles from days to minutes and give leadership greater confidence in strategic compensation decisions. One employee benefits provider challenged Domo to modernize a spreadsheet-based business planning tool that had remained largely unchanged for years. Within days, the team delivered a production-ready AI application that not only replaced the legacy process, but also inspired the customer to accelerate several additional strategic initiatives. In feedback to our team, the customer described the project as the, quote, single most impressive experience I've had with a partner, unquote, and said it had pulled forward years of planned innovation while fundamentally changing how they view the future potential of their Domo investment. For us, that's the value of this approach. It helps customers solve meaningful business problems quickly. It drives deep adoption, real outcomes, and creates so many AI opportunities for long-term expansion. Our ecosystem partnership continues to generate strong momentum. Over the past quarter, we spent time with customers and prospects at events, including Google Next and Snowflake Summit, and this week will be a Databricks Data and AI Summit. Across those conversations, we're seeing a consistent theme. Organizations have invested heavily in modern data platforms and are looking for ways to make those investments more accessible and actionable for the business. Increasingly, those customers are choosing Domo alongside our partners. In many cases, we're not simply winning within an existing partner account, we're winning together. Customers are selecting Domo and partners like Snowflake, Google Cloud, and Databricks as complementary parts of a broader strategy to connect data, operationalize AI, and deliver business value faster. Here are a few examples. A leading payments provider selected Domo and Snowflake to replace its legacy analytics environment with a modern, governed data platform. Through a joint engagement, Snowflake serves as the organization's enterprise data foundation, while Domo delivers self-serve analytics, AI-powered insights, and workflow automation for business users. The combined solution enables trusted access to data across the organization while reducing dependence on spreadsheets and fragmented reporting tools. The deployment demonstrates the growing momentum of Domo and AI partnership in helping modernize customers' data and AI strategies. A leading nonprofit workforce development organization selected Domo and Snowflake to modernize its enterprise data environment and support its long-term data strategy. Through a coordinated engagement, Domo and Snowflake partnered closely on technical validation, architecture planning, and executive alignment to deliver a unified modern data platform. The combined solution is designed to enable governed access to data, self-service analytics, and a scalable foundation for future AI and automation initiatives. The deployment demonstrates the value of the Domo and Snowflake partnership in helping organizations build modern, enterprise-ready data architectures. A leading provider of loyalty and engagement solutions selected Domo and Snowflake to replace a legacy analytics environment and support a modern AI-driven data strategy. Snowflake serves as the organization's enterprise data foundation, while Domo provides governed analytics, natural language insights, and workflow capabilities for business users. The combined solution delivers a scalable platform for customer intelligence and engagement analytics while reducing complexity and improving access to trusted data. The deployment highlights the growing momentum of Domo and Snowflake as organizations modernize beyond traditional BI platforms. Our progress is being recognized by customers, by partners, and by media and industry analysts. This quarter, Nucleus Research named Domo a leader in its 2026 BI and Analytics Technology Value Matrix. Dresner Advisory Services recognized Domo as an experienced leader and credibility leader in its flagship BI market study, ranked us the #1 self-service BI vendor for the 7th consecutive year, and named Domo the top cloud BI vendor for the 10th consecutive year. As the market begins to shift toward AI-assisted decision-making, Domo was also recognized in Dresner's inaugural Agentic AI-Assisted Analytics Report and ranked among the leading vendors in its first semantic layer and data virtualization study. We believe these recognitions reflect the value that Domo provides and occupies at the intersection of data, analytics, applications, and AI. And with that, I'll turn it over to our CFO, Todd Crane.
Thanks, Josh. Before I walk through the quarterly results, I want to address our balance sheet and debt situation directly because I know it is front of mind for investors after our filing today. As disclosed in our 10-Q filed today, our existing debt facility carries a current classification on our balance sheet as of Q1. This reflects the fact that the minimum ARR covenant under the existing facility was not met for the quarter, which under GAAP requires us to classify the debt as current. In connection with the non-compliance, we have entered into a signed forbearance agreement with our existing lender. Under that agreement, our lender has agreed to forbear from exercising any rights to accelerate repayment or other remedies under the existing facility and provide us the runway we need while we work toward completion of the strategic transaction Josh described. We are in a cooperative and constructive relationship with our lender and appreciate their partnership through this process. Now let me turn to our Q1 results. Total revenue was $79.4 million. Subscription revenue was $69.8 million, down 2% year over year, primarily due to variability in overage-related revenue recognition. Professional services revenue was $9.6 million, up from $8.7 million in the prior year, reflecting increased deployment activity and sponsorship revenue associated with our annual user conference. Billings were $60.4 million compared to $63.9 million in Q1 of last year. The year-over-year decrease is primarily a timing dynamic. Q4 FY26 benefited from a number of renewals that historically have closed in Q1, creating a tough comparison this quarter. We generated a similar amount of new ACV as Q1 last year, and the underlying renewal activity is healthy. Gross retention came in at 86.7%, up 240 basis points year over year, a meaningful improvement reflecting the progress we've made on consumption-based pricing, multi-year contracts, and our forward-deployed engineering motion. NRR was 95.5%, up 150 basis points year over year. Our cohort of customers that started on consumption continues to perform well above the overall base, with gross retention coming in at 92% and net retention at 108% for the quarter. As this cohort grows as a percentage of our renewal base, it remains a compounding tailwind to both gross and net retention over time. Current subscription RPO was $222.2 million, and total subscription RPO was $412.9 million. Our RPO base reflects a substantial foundation of committed future revenue, underpinned by the multi-year contracts and consumption agreements that have become the cornerstone of how we go to market. While growth in RPO has been modest, the size and duration of that committed base gives us meaningful visibility into future revenue and reflects the long-term strategic relationships we have built with our customers. Adjusted free cash flow for Q1 was close to break even, and cash flow from operations was a positive $5.2 million. Our cash balance at quarter end was $39.1 million. Subscription gross margin was 81.5%, consistent with recent quarters. Total gross margin was 75.3%, reflecting a higher services revenue mix this quarter. Non-GAAP operating income was approximately $4.4 million, representing an operating margin of 5.6%. I'm pleased with this result. Delivering a healthy operating margin in Q1 while also hosting a very successful Domo Palooza, our annual user conference, reflects the operating discipline we've built into this business. Non-GAAP net loss per share was $0.02 on approximately 43.4 million weighted average diluted shares. Given the advanced stage of our strategic discussions as disclosed today, we will not be providing financial guidance on this call. Additional information will be provided to shareholders as the process advances and in accordance with our disclosure obligations. And due to the nature of the strategic process, we will not be holding a question and answer session on today's call. We will provide additional information as the process advances and in accordance with our obligations under applicable securities laws. I'll now turn the meeting back over to Josh for some closing comments.
In summary, Q1 reflects a business with improving underlying metrics. Gross retention and net retention are up meaningfully year over year. Our operating margin and EPS both showed strong improvement year over year, and our RPO is growing nicely. And before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. When we founded Domo, our belief was simple. Every business should be able to use data to make better decisions. Over the years, we've watched that idea evolve from dashboards and analytics to applications, automation, and now agents with AI. Today, we're entering another major shift. Organizations are looking for ways to embed intelligence directly into the way that work gets done, and they need trusted data, governed systems, and practical tools that can deliver real business outcomes. That's exactly the direction that we've been building toward. I'm proud of what our team has created, the customers who have trusted us, and the impact we've had together. I remain convinced that the opportunity in front of Domo is significant and that the work we're doing is transforming businesses. Thank you so much to our employees, our customers, our partners, and our shareholders for your continued support, and we look forward to giving you more information as this next chapter unfolds.
This concludes Domo's Q1 Fiscal Year 2027 earnings call. You may disconnect your lines at this time. Thank you for your participation.